Hello and welcome to this storm summary of this crazy wind day we had with the weather, record high temperatures, and crazy winds. And I guess we're going to get started first with going over the wind gust reports that we have. So we're going to go over here and look at these first. That'll be the first thing we are going to do. We'll talk about that storm too. We had a severe thunderstorm. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Severe thunderstorm warning that was issued. We'll go over that when we look at the radar rewind. It's pretty impressive. But the worst wind gusts actually occurred in the morning. These are the wind gusts that we have. So in Connecticut, they've had wind gusts 60 mile an hour at Fairfield, Bridgeport Airport, gusted to 55. New Haven County saw a gust to 65. Stony Creek saw a gust to 58. In Bergen County, New Jersey, a 56 mile an hour wind gust. But the worst winds were over Long Island. Clearly. Nassau County, 2 miles north of Glen Cove, a 67 mile an hour wind gust. Syosset had a gust of 62 miles an hour. Merritt gusted to 54 miles an hour. Long Beach gusted to 54. Wantagh gusted to 53. And we had some other wind gusts there. One in Uniondale, around 51 miles an hour. In Queens, JFK Airport gusted to 56. LaGuardia gusted to 54 miles an hour. Take a look at Suffolk County. This is where some of the real high numbers are. Great Gull Island, 67 mile an hour wind gust. 1 mile east of Farmingville, a 66 mile an hour wind gust. On the Great South Bay, a 64 mile an hour wind gust. 64 mile an hour wind gust at Orion. You noticed all these gusts are around like 9, 10 a.m., between 9 and 10:55 a.m. Stony Brook had a gust of 63 miles an hour at 10:09 a.m. Farmingdale Airport gusted to 62 miles an hour at 11:19 a.m. Islip Airport had a gust to 60 at 9:53 a.m. Brookhaven had a gust to 60 at 10 a.m. Shirley Airport gusted to 59 around 9:54 a.m. Blue Point had a gust to 58 miles an hour. Fire Island also had a gust to 54 miles an hour. West Hampton Airport had a gust to 54 miles an hour. Stony Brook gusted to 53. Another observation there from Stony Brook, 53 miles an hour. So that's what it's looking like. And then going down the list, a lot of sites gusted over. And take a look. It gets even more impressive when we get to take a look at Westchester County. 1 mile south-southwest of Osting, a 68 mile an hour wind gust. And here are the maritime stations. Greens Ledge Light, 70 mile an hour wind gust. 4 miles southeast of Mystic, 66 mile an hour wind gust. Stonington, 66 mile an hour wind gust. In Shinnecock, a 61 mile an hour wind gust. And a 15 miles south of Atlantic Beach, a 60 mile an hour wind gust. These are from the buoys. 26 miles southeast of Robert Moses State Park, a 56 mile an hour wind gust. At Point Woods, 54 miles an hour. So you can see the kind of winds we were dealing with. It was pretty much like a tropical storm. While it was short duration, the worst of the winds, it was really intense when it was going on. And we're going to go and look at more observations later. But we're going to go over these local storm reports now as well. Power lines down in Yonkers, in the area of Glenwood train station. Thunderstorm wind damage, wires down on car in Westchester County. Union County, New Jersey, live wires down. So you got all the trees on car. Branchbrook Park in East Newark. Thunderstorm wind damage in Demerset with wires down. Wires down at Porter Avenue in Bergen County. 68 mile an hour wind gust in Austin, which we kind of went over. Severe thunderstorm wind gust, and that occurred. That occurred this afternoon, by the way, at 4:24. That thunderstorm. So it looks like it was more impressive to the north. These are just the wind gusts that we kind of read already. Tree down on Montauk Highway in Bridgeport. So 66 mile an hour wind gust in Farming. That was due to on a vehicle mounted anemometer. Downed tree near Colmack Road and the LIE Service Road in Dix Hills. Trees down in Port Jefferson near North Country Road and 2nd Avenue. There was the marine thunderstorm wind gust that was also reported in the afternoon, 62 miles an hour at Eaton's Neck. One person struck by a tree in Rockland County in Blueville, with person having chest and shoulder pain. Wires down on a car in Russell Gardens catching fire. Look at these. There's just an incredible amount of reports here. I'll put the link to them. Well, I kind of read a lot of these already. But really incredible to see all this damage. I was told you it was going to be bad today, and sure enough, that LLJ was intense, and then we had the severe thunderstorm in the afternoon too. So let's see if Mount Holly has any storm reports here from them. Let's see if we got some storm reports here. I know they weren't hit quite as hard over there in Jersey. But here we got Lavalette, a gas station canopy collapsed. 58-mile-an-hour wind gust at Philadelphia. So there are some storm reports here. Manta looking at a wind gust of 47 with that thunderstorm. Not as crazy as it was in our area. So the other thing that we've got to talk about are the record highs that we had. So let me go back to ours. We had a record high. We had a record highs at a lot of our sites. And I'm going to start with the one in Central Park, which is right here, because this one is very impressive. A record high temperature set at Central Park today. A record high temperature of 58 degrees was set at Central Park today. This ties the old record of 58 degrees last set in 1899. That's right. So this is a long-time record for the day. A long-time record for the day. And all the sites, Bridgeport also, let's see, record maximum rainfall set, so 0.82. All right, that's not that crazy. Let's go to the Islip record report. Record high temperature at Islip of 59 degrees. This breaks the old record of 55 set back in 2017. So record warmth for a month that's been very much below normal. It's crazy that we have all this record warmth. Record high temperature set at Kennedy. Record high temperature of 57 set at JFK, breaking the old record of 56 set in 1967. And let's see, I think we got one more for LaGuardia here. Record high temperature of 58 degrees set at LaGuardia, breaking the old record of 57, set back in 1957. So, yeah, a lot of record reports today. Crazy stuff. And I'm going to go over the observation for Islip now. A 59 record. There you go. Low of 51. We were whopping 19 degrees above normal for the day. And 0.68 inches of rain reported at Islip. I thought there'd be a little more rain, but I guess we're going to go look at those rainfall totals next. They don't have them up here, but we'll go to the map next, I guess, and that's what we're going to look at next year are the rainfall totals. And yeah, we'll look at the current observations too, but let's go and look at the rainfall totals. We'll just put this in 24-hour rainfall total mode, and you can see 3/4 of an inch in a lot of areas. As you go further out in Suffolk, less, more like a half an inch. So not quite as much rain out there. More rain to the west over Nassau. We have inch and a quarter amount, especially in New York City as well. Even less out in the Forks. They barely got anything. And then as you go further west, it looks like Jersey wound up getting a lot more, inch and a half to. There's one errant report of well over 2 inches. I'm not sure if I'm buying that, but an inch and a half. And then as we go further south in Jersey, 0.77 at Miller Air Park, and Toms River 1.13. So it looks like they got a little more. So Jersey, Nassau County, Philadelphia got into those inch and a half amounts. Less than an inch in Suffolk, which is kind of, I guess some of the miles were kind of showing that last night. I wasn't sure if that was going to happen or not, but still incredible amounts of wind today. And we're still dealing with it too. We're in the mid-30s right now. 36 at Islip. Actually matches the alley. 36, 2 points down to 19. You see that wind gust 60. Just show you what the day was like at Islip. And again, show you when this will hit. So, see, that's the winds started picking up around now. And then this is when we started seeing those crazy gusts. Around 10 a.m., we had that first wave of really strong wind gusts at Islip. And light rain, mist rain, heavy rain at times. And then we had that thunderstorm move. I don't think Islip got crazy with that. Got crazy with that thunderstorm, I don't think. Some more high wind gusts around 11. And then the winds picked up again. Later on, we had gusts into the 40s. So that's why we still got the wind advisory in effect tonight. A pretty crazy day all in all. Crazy day. And again, where those thunderstorms hit, there was some really strong wind gusts as well. So let's see with LaGuardia. They had a gust. I'm kind of curious because I know it was a little worse to the north when that line hit. So let's see what we got here. That line moved through around 4:30. 46 mile an hour wind gust there. 47 right at 4:10. You can see how the winds shifted right there and how the temperatures have dropped. See, it went from the 50s to the 40s real fast, like within very short amount of time. There was a series of cold fronts, and almost like there was a secondary cold front that triggered all that severe activity for sure for today. Very impressive. So temperatures right now in the mid 30s, and as far as Jersey goes, again, I don't think we saw any. I'm kind of curious about these wind gusts here. 43 at South Seaside Park, so they really missed out, I think, on the higher winds in Jersey. Ocean County only gusted to 45. I say only, but compared to what we dealt with, it's a lot better. We dealt with a lot worse for us, for sure. So really crazy day today. Crazy day, for sure. Looking at power outages, we still have 2,900, almost 3,000 customers without power. At one point, there were almost 30,000 customers, without power during the height of this storm. So fairly close to that guess of 50,000. Maybe I was off a little bit, but quite impressive. Still got a lot of outages here, so hopefully most of these will be resolved by tomorrow. But quite a high impact storm across the area. A lot of trees, branches down, wires down. And you can see there's an outage there that's still being worked on. So most of the outages, they're kind of spread out. I can't say there's one area that's getting hit the hardest. South Shore has a few, not as much as further north. Obviously, it's a little worse in the middle and the north a little bit. Yeah, that's to be expected. And not many in the Pine Barrens, so I guess the Pine Barrens did all right. It's an outage in Riverhead. And there was wires down in Old Country Road, too, right by Roosevelt Field, too. It didn't result in a power outage. It was mainly this pole that was leaning really heavily from the wind. But I can't seem to find any pictures of it. I saw it on the news, but I can't seem to find anything on the internet about it. Anyway, we're going to put this storm behind us. What a crazy day it was today. You can see the skies clearing out, but they won't stay clear for long. But you'll notice there's more clouds coming from the west. So let's just go to the CONUS view here. So we have another system here in the west that's going to be not bringing any precipitation, just clouds because of the jet stream and the way it is. It's kind of a zonal pattern here. So the clouds kind of come in relatively quickly. There's not really a whole lot of space between the two. Let's go and look at our weekend now. We'll quiet down. Those crazy winds will definitely quiet down. We'll go to the European here. Right now, you see that tight pressure gradient, but it starts easing by tomorrow, by the morning, and there's that high pressure. So calmer winds tomorrow. It will be chillier, but then that high moves offshore, and we get into a return flow for Sunday. And then there's going to be another front that will come through Sunday night that's mainly dry, and then another high for Monday, which hopefully will bring us maybe clearer skies. So let's go ahead and look at the HRRR. And got our dew points and wind flow. Obviously still dealing with those winds, but they will start calming down by tomorrow. It's the drier air in place, northwest winds tomorrow, starting with a light northwest wind, then turning to the southwest. Again, light winds tomorrow, nothing like today. And you'll notice that southwest wind will bring in warmer air for Sunday. And then another front moves through. It looks like completely dry during the day on Sunday, and the wind shift back to the northwest, but there will be a lag in the drop in the air temperature with that. So as far as tonight goes, temperatures will probably drop. Not that cold, feel cold, but lows probably around 30 degrees. And then tomorrow we get into the probably the upper 30s, probably mid to upper 30s. So it'll be chilly tomorrow. It won't feel quite as bad as it does tonight because the wind won't be as crazy. And then tomorrow night, we have the southwest winds and cloud cover. So I don't think we're going to have any radiational cooling tomorrow night. Probably won't even drop below freezing. And then Sunday, we are warmer. We're getting to the 40s, but then those temperatures start dropping toward the evening, and we go below freezing again. So obviously, we're going to have plenty of clouds. So let me go to the RGM here, and we'll show you the clouds that we will have coming in for tomorrow. Clear tonight. Starting off the day clear, and the RGM actually holds off the clouds until a little later in the afternoon. So maybe in the morning we'll get some clear skies. Perhaps it does have some high clouds going to the north, and then the clouds kind of stream in more later in the day. And then Sunday, we'll start off with clouds, and then I think maybe by the afternoon we'll have some sunshine. So both days look pretty decent. And the snow is gone completely, so we won't have to deal with that anymore. And just a prelude to Monday, you see clear skies for Monday, it looks like, hopefully. So we'll get back having some clear skies and maybe some more clouds come in later in the afternoon. But other than that, it looks like a decent day. So let's go to the... that pretty much covers everything. I mean, what a storm it was. I will say this. What a storm it was. I wish we had some more pictures of some of the storm damage here. I can go to Mineola Patch and see if they show any storm damage pictures, but probably not. We'll just go ahead and look. Nope. Nothing. It's ridiculous. I wanted to show you the pictures of that. They showed that. Of course, it's not nowhere to be found. Of course. The wires coming down on Old Country Road, which should be a big deal. Nobody cares about, but I think I'm going to save that rant for another video. So with that, wraps up this weather, and I'll just show you the skies, what it looked like tonight here. So during the day, some of the clouds, you can see some of the clouds we had during the day here. And then things got really interesting. Again, this evening, there's that severe thunderstorm. Oh, that's right, the radar. I wanted to show you that. So the radar rewind. But you see here, there's that severe warning thunderstorm. Kind of went to the north. This was in Belmore. And then this evening, the clouds kind of cleared out, just very windy. Pretty looking night sky, though. And cleared out nicely, so we'll have to see if we can keep that clear for tomorrow or not. The RGEM seems to think it will stay clear, but some of the other models think it won't. So let's just look at the NAM. The NAM kind of, well, it does seem to keep a lot of it to the north now. So maybe we'll get in some sun in the morning. Perhaps is the best chance to seeing some clear skies, I think, probably for tomorrow. Okay, so we'll go to Venture Sky. We'll do the radar. We'll rewind the radar. Just show you what happened this afternoon. And this was that complex that was over... This was the complex that was over, look at that. Take a look at that thing. So this was the complex that was over southeastern Pennsylvania that kind of moved over us. And show you, we'll rewind it to 3 o'clock. You can see here it is right here. That was a severe warned storm there, 4 o'clock. You can see it kind of missed, you can see right here, it kind of just missed where I was. Actually, yeah, just went to the north, but you can see almost look at that, almost like a little hook there. Kind of interesting, for sure. I do have some more pictures I'll show you. I have a video, too. You can see this line here. Very, very interesting line came through. Very interesting. Let me go to Port Jefferson Earth Cam, and maybe we can see what it looked like on there, because my view wasn't so great. So let's see if we can, the 4 to 5 o'clock, let's see if we can find this line here. Look at that sky. It's something. Let's see if we can... Yeah, here, it should show it. Yeah, there it is. That looks like a shelf cloud. That is a shelf cloud. So in the North Shore, yeah, they got a nice looking look at that. Wow, that's beautiful. So, yep, that's a shelf cloud. Here we are in December talking about shelf clouds. But there you go. Like I said, it was mainly the north. If I was on the North Shore, it would have been a little more impressive. I was on the South Shore. But you could see here, really, that's really impressive. That's beautiful. So, yeah, crazy to see that in December. That was a severe thunderstorm right there. That was a severe thunderstorm right there. Came through, so really impressive. Really, really impressive. I wonder if it created any wind at all when it came through. I'm going to just put the sound on it. See if we hear any wind as it came through. I'm curious. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just rain, though. I don't see any crazy winds. Oh, yeah, I hear it a little more now. It was a nice squall. That was a nice squall. Really nice. Really nice. Listen to it. See if I can get another view from New York City. Let's see. Show you this, because this is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, this is not something you get to see all the time in... Let's go to this one, Highline camera. Now, move through the city more like 4 o'clock, so we have to go back to like 3 to 4, I think. See if we can catch this approaching here. This will probably Can't really see. You know what? I'm going to go to this one. I don't know what to do. Go to the Statue of Liberty Harbor camera. This one will give us a decent view of it. It's a nice wide-angle shot. So let's go ahead and look at this complex here. I think at 4 o'clock it came through. No, it's all right. Look at that. You can see the rain shield there, but let's go back a little bit. Yeah, you can't really see the shelf here. Look at that, though. That's really cool. So, yeah, that's a severe thunderstorm right there coming into the frame. So, very, very interesting stuff today. Really a very active day across the area. What a crazy thing. This thing is racing away now. So, a much more peaceful weekend. Get outside and enjoy the decent weather we're going to have. And the snow's gone. Might be a little muddy, but in some spots, but that should dry out. Should have a decent weekend. Into this crazy storm, cleaning up after it. Anyway, have a good night and enjoy the weekend. And I'll be back Sunday night. Talk about next week and Christmas.